I have been studying the Brics and what they have been doing for well over now almost 3 years. And the craziest thing about the Brics that a lot of people don't realize is just how in line with this new financial system they really are. And in this video, I actually want to address this. I want to talk about this because we are starting to see a lot of the signs of the, tide shifting and fully focusing on the digital currency side of things. This is also accelerating the big push on the new financial system that we have been talking about and addressing and studying and researching for well over now like 4+ years. So with that being said, welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. So the first big sign of major change happening was when we saw Biden announce sanctions against Russia. Okay. And upon the announcement of those sanctions, 24 hours later, okay, we saw Executive Order 14067 signed into order. Now, a lot of people did not catch this. They didn't look into it. They didn't even know about it. And the reason why is because mainstream media was just focused on, saying, hey, Russia's bad, focus on this. And we got Executive Order 14067. Now you might be saying, Nick, what is this? You keep saying it. What is it? It's an executive order outlining the creation of a digital dollar, or in their word, it was a CBDC. Now we know that the term CBDC has been banned, but stablecoins are not banned. And, the US could issue out a stablecoin very easily. They could just call it the digital dollar. They don't have to call it a CBDC. The term CBDC is banned, but the creation of a digital equivalence of the dollar is not banned. Now, I bring this up because I want you guys to understand that it was 24 hours after those sanctions. What did Russia do from that point on? They moved against the dollar, using anything and everything that they could in their power, including blockchain and crypto tech. Now, we're going to come back to that in full circle, but let's talk about this. Nigeria has officially joined the Brics. This is the largest oil producer in Africa. Last month, China and Nigeria renewed a 15 billion yuan, $2 billion, currency swap arrangement. Now, a lot of people don't think that the Brics are anything to worry about. We're going to talk about that here in a second as well. But over here, we have breaking news. Saudi Arabia minister says the country is still assessing Brics membership. Watches closely. Saudi says assessing many different aspects of membership. Now, listen. Saudi Arabia is a big player when it comes to the petrodollar deal. Now, the petrodollar deal has been talked about for a while. In 2024, it was a heavy topic because everyone was saying, is this the end of the petrodollar deal? Because the arrangement, there was no announcement regarding revising the arrangement between Saudi Arabia and the United States. There is no official agreement between them, right, to sell oil in US dollars. There's still no update regarding this at all. Now, we're still waiting on OPEC to actually come out and say, hey, guess what? This deal is done. We're no longer, like, the petrodollar deal is finished. Until that actually happens, a lot of this is just for media attention, for clicks, for views, engagement, whatever. But I will say this. There has been a lot of warning signs that we are going to be seeing a shift away from selling oil for US dollars. When that does happen, things are going to get very real for the de-dollarization effect. And even though we continue to hear talks about how we're going to offset it, a lot of those talks are not very, they're not very strategic. In fact, a lot of them are actually confirming exactly what we've been addressing, which is the fact that the US dollar is losing dominance. It's losing, that appeal, if you will. For an example, over here, we have Trump alarmingly believes Spain is a Brics nation, which is very funny, but he also threatens to impose 100% tariffs on the bloc when engaging in business with the United States. Check this out.
They're a Brics nation, Spain. You know what a Brics nation is? You'll figure it out. But And if the BRICS nations want to do that, that's okay, but we're going to put at least a 100% tariff on the business they do with the United States. You know what the BRICS is, right? You guys know. You know what I'm saying, right? They're a BRICS.
So, of course, you know, he does definitely make a slip up there by saying, you know, Spain is a BRICS nation. But what I find very surprising is that he says, you know what a BRICS nation is? What you're going to find out. What exactly does that mean? Well, you know, it could mean multiple things. We have no idea what exactly it's pertaining to. But, you know, again, it doesn't really matter, right? If he's saying, you know, Spain is a BRICS nation, you could argue, you know, he's just looking at, you know, South Africa, you know, saying, oh, South Africa or Spain, or just kind of slipping up on this. It doesn't really matter, right? Everyone started to make a big deal of this anyways. The focus that I have is the 100% tariffs, okay? That's what I'm focused on. When you have to start imposing tariffs to utilize the dollar and make these nations actually use the dollar, that's just reinforcing the idea on why they want to move back against the dollar. They're moving away from the US dollar because the United States has weaponized the dollar for so many, we're talking decades. And these nations are tired of it. Now, I said something very similar because this goes back to October. And remember, this is Trump announcing 100% tariffs on countries ditching the US dollar as the world reserve currency. Check it out.
If a country tells me, sir, we like you very much, but we're going to no longer adhere to being in the reserve currency, we're not going to salute the dollar anymore, I'll say that's okay. And you're going to pay a 100% tariff on everything you sell into the United States. And we love your product. I hope you sell a lot of it into the United States, but you're going to pay 100% tariff. He will then follow it up by saying, sir, it would be an honor to stay with the reserve currency. That will be like just playing. That's not even chess, that's checkers. But you don't have listen to this, you don't have other people that can talk that way.
So, of course, you know, I did quote this with my thought process, and this is exactly what I say even today when it comes to these tariffs. The second you have to threaten tariffs on countries you keep using the dollar, to keep using the dollar, it immediately makes the reserve currency status defunct. The US dollar is failing regardless of what you see being pushed by mainstream media. The BRICS are now outpacing the G7 in GDP growth, while they innovate with blockchain technology and digital currencies. The agenda here is to destroy the US dollar and the fiat-based system. It's all planned. The West and the BRICS are pushing the same elite agenda, i.e. Agenda 2030. Open your eyes and wake up. Because again, this goes back to the sanctions, right? Announcing sanctions and then pushing executive orders that are in the same, you know, agenda of CBDCs. It's literally to create a US CBDC. Now, we know that Trump has banned CBDCs, right? We're not creating a CBDC. No, in fact, what we'll get is stablecoins. We already know that he's launching meme coins. Stablecoins, guess what? He's going to push a stablecoin because he's going to say that it's backed by the US dollar, so it supports the US dollar in the digital age. But what a lot of people are not going to realize is that stablecoins are programmable, just like a CBDC. They're basically just a CBDC, just issued out by a private-based company that could easily be controlled by the US. But outside of this, right, yeah, the BRICS are outpacing the G7 in terms of in GDP growth. We know that they're quickly catching up to the G7 as well. 27% GDP as of January 2025 versus 45% for the G7. This is very significant. All right? And they continue to push forward and grow rapidly. And they're also using AI technology. We have over here, Brics Plus is about to make waves. Generative AI could add up to $600 billion to these economies by 2030. Yakov and partners project a massive 1.4 trillion impact, 20% of AI's total power. BRICS nations and friends are unlocking innovation, productivity, and growth like never before. Is this the dawn of a new economic superforce powered by AI? Let's discuss. Now again, You know, when we look at the Brics, I do think that we need to take them seriously. And the crazy thing is that a lot of people are not focused on the Brics because they just don't care to look at the Brics. All of this pertains to the evolving landscape of the global financial system. We have here from Smoke Dog, remember Brics Pay in 2025. Because yes, Brics Pay launches in 2025. This is going to be operational by 2025. And by the way, this all happened back in 2022. In 2022, the year of sanctions, the Brics nations signed an agreement to develop a common payment platform. Now, also remember that most of what we are seeing today from the Brics all pertains to what we have been seeing in the last couple months of 2024. Just in, Russian President Putin signs a law recognizing crypto as property. Also, just in, Russia to start using cryptocurrency for international transactions on September 1st. Russia plans on testing crypto payments as a way to break away from Western sanctions. They are all in on the crypto narrative. Now over here, I said we are past the beginning stages of Bretton Woods 3. This has been in place since after the 2008 financial crisis, when Brics nations, i.e. Russia, started accumulating massive amounts of gold. Today, we are watching the entire picture come together, CBDCs mixed with gold, stablecoins, alternative payment networks, and systems rising. We are living in the currency revolution, but far too many people are blind to realize what's happening. Blockchain and DLT will be a crucial pillar for all of this to truly be realized in. I have been focusing a lot of my time and energy on researching projects that have the tech behind them to be used. Many will laugh about the performance of these altcoins, and others, what many fail to realize is that a lot of these projects are mentioned in documents clearly confirming how efficient they are in the digital age. A lot of these projects are already being integrated into specific industries like trade finance, for an example. Look at the partnerships and collaborations of some of these projects, and you will see how embedded they are in the traditional system. The Bretton Woods 3 commodity-based revolution using digital currencies and technology is now here. Over the next few months and years, it will accelerate faster than you ever imagined, and it's only a matter of time until it is officially live. Prepare accordingly. Now, I'm going to play this video clip. It's about 1 minute and 10 seconds long, but at first, I want to quickly go over here because remember that Ripple, again, US-based company, using blockchain technology, accommodating for, the big banks, institutions, big players, meeting with Donald Trump, strong start to 2025, the quote says, listen, when we think about what's happening here, with Russia continuing to push forward with crypto, what do you think the US is going to do to counter it? They're going to innovate with one of the largest companies around this space, one of the biggest players around finance, using one of the most efficient DLTs out there. This allows the US to not only push forward, but also remember that Ripple did launch RLUSD, one of the most transparent, compliant, regulated stablecoins backed by the US dollar. This is where we start to see those discussions happening heavily around, can the US tap into Ripple, utilize the tech, utilize RLUSD, have RLUSD become the digital equivalent of the dollar? All of a sudden, everything kind of makes sense. And this would be all to counter what Russia has been doing. But check out this video clip here. This is an older clip, but it makes 100% sense even today.
I think the most interesting one that I think has legs, and that will be probably the primary way in which trading will occur outside the US dollar, is this Bridge project, right, which has been in pilot testing for the last 3-4 years. UAE, Thailand, China, and now Saudi Arabia.
Right.
Okay. It's basically, the Bridge project is a central bank digital currency being used to settle all trading between nations. So it's basically a ledger kept by central banks, and all Forex is settled through that system, which sits completely outside the US dollar system. Doesn't even touch the US dollar system. Now, they've been testing this. Saudi Arabia just joined the project, and I suspect, as there are probably 90 countries toying with central bank digital currencies, I think most of the world is going in that direction. Once everybody establishes one, it's going to be very easy to conduct trade within just that system and stay completely outside the US dollar.
And yeah, I mean, listen, this is exactly what I have been focused on with Project Enbridge, with the BIS. You know, even the largest organizations, the central banks, they have been pushing these projects to get around the US dollar. But that's not even the full focus here. The full focus here is bringing in the new financial system, one that is not reliant on one, financial asset, aka a reserve currency. We are going to see multiple currencies rising around the world, all bridged through a neutral bridge currency. I mean, this is something that Ripple has been planning for years now as well. You look at the original documents, you have all of these digital currencies, stablecoins, CBDCs, and then at the center point, you have that neutral bridge currency that nobody controls. It's not pertaining to, just one nation. And, that in those documents, it's XRP. When we think about what's happening here, a new financial system is rising, like it's rising so much faster than ever before. It's already happening. We now have in the US a pro-crypto presidential admin, pro-crypto Congress, pro-crypto SEC. We're about to see some of the most, one of the most rapid changes in the entire scenery around crypto in the US. And people are not aware and not ready for what's about to happen. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.